So Alexander Zverev and Davidovich Fokina, they're facing off in the quarterfinals of Roland Garros. Both players have played well to make it to this stage here, and we're gonna see who can progress further. Now Zverev has played really well so far. He's not been at his best, but he's been able to win these encounters. His first opponent he played against Otte, and he beat him in 5 sets, coming from 2 sets down, 3-6, 3-6, 6-2, 6-2, 6-0. In that match, he hit 9 aces, but he served 8 double faults, so that wasn't so convincing. But he toned it up a notch in the second match. He won the match 7-6, 6-3, 7-6. That was against Russian Safulin. In that match, he hit 15 aces, but he also scored 10 double faults, so not the best statistic for Zverev. He then played against Laszlo Djere in the third round. He then beat him 6-2, 7-5, 6-2. In that match, he converted 7 out of 10 breakpoint chances. So for the most part, he took the chance he got. He then played against Nishikori, and he beat him in straight sets 6-4, 6-1, 6-1. In that match, he was a little better. He won 8 out of 11 breakpoints, and he won it in straight sets against a tough opponent. So he was a little better in that match. And now he gets to play Davidovich Fokina. And Davidovich Fokina has been his first Grand Slam quarterfinal, and he's been playing superbly as well. He's played really well to get to this stage. His first match was against Kukushkin. He beat him in straight sets 6-4, 6-4, 6-3. In that match, he hammered 8 aces, so pretty good from him, and only 3 double faults. Against Van de Zandschulp, he beat him in 5 sets, 6-4, 6-4. He won the first 2 sets, but he lost the next 2. He didn't win the 5th. He won it 6-4, 6-4, 5-7, 2-6, 6-4. In the third round match against Casper Ruud, it was an epic. He managed to win it in 5 sets, 7-6, 2-6, 7-6, 0-6, 7-5. Interestingly, in that match, Ruud won more points than him, but still lost. He won 15 more points than Davidovich Fokina did, but still lost the match. Against Delbonis, he won it 6-4, 6-4, 4-6, 6-4. In that match, he played decently against a player who has been in good form, and now he gets to play Zverev. And Zverev, they've faced before, but they've both been on the hard court. He's never faced Zverev on a clay court. This is their first encounter on clay, but they have met before. So as I was saying, they have met before. They met twice. Zverev leads the head-to-head 2-0. They met at the US Open last year. Zverev won in the straight sets. They met on an indoor hard court in Cologne. Zverev also won that in straight sets. So my prediction, I think that once again Zverev wins with the straight sets. Fokina isn't really at the level that Zverev is at, and Fokina right now is he's still learning how to play at a level like this. This is his first Grand Slam quarterfinal. He's never been here before, so I'm gonna predict Zverev to win this. I think it's gonna be 3 sets, straight sets, but I think it's gonna be 3 tight sets in my opinion, with Zverev getting the win in 3 tight sets. So Stefanos Tsitsipas and Daniil Medvedev, they're facing off in the quarterfinals of Roland Garros. This is going to be a blockbuster match, and we're going to see who will come out on top. So let's start with Tsitsipas here. Tsitsipas has not been at his best this tournament, but he's managed to come through some good encounters. He first played against Shardy, and the first set was tight because Shardy had set points, but Tsitsipas managed to get through it 7-6, 6-3, 6-1. Against Martinez, I'll go back to the Shardy match. In the Shardy match, he did convert 5 out of 6 breakpoints, so he was good on opportunities. In the second match against Martinez, he won his straight at 6-4, 6-3, 6-4, 6-3. In that match, he hit 8 aces. But one concerning stat was that he was broken 4 times, so not really at his best performance again, but he still managed to come through in straight sets. In his match against Isner, he played and he beat him 5-7, 6-3, 7-6, 6-1. In that match, he won 86% of first serve points. He hit 8 aces, so impressive from him. Managed to come through a tight opponent, because John Isner can always be a great opponent with his big serve. Even though he's much more good on hard courts, on the clay courts, he can also be a great opponent. So you should never write him off there. But it was impressive nonetheless from Tsitsipas to manage to win that. Then against Carreño Busta, he won it in a relatively easy fashion after a tight last set. He was able to win it in straight sets 6-3, 6-2, 6-5. In that match, he didn't hit any double faults. He hit 6 aces. Impressive from him. And now he gets to play Medvedev. And Medvedev has also been in really great form this season. He's been in great form, but not so much on the clay courts. But at this tournament, Medvedev has really seemed to step up his game. So it's going to be a tough test for Tsitsipas, and especially at first it would have looked like Tsitsipas was an outright favorite, but now it's looking that maybe even Medvedev can win because these conditions are playing more like a faster hard court, so it's going to be interesting to see what Medvedev brings to the table. Medvedev has been really good this tournament. On the clay courts, he wasn't in his best form. He lost early to Guerin in Miami, and in Rome, he lost early to Karatsev in straight sets. But this tournament, he seems to have really picked up the gear. His first round opponent was someone that many people thought he was going to lose to, Bublik. And he proved them wrong. He managed to win the match 6-3, 6-3, 7-5. Impressive from him. He then played against Tommy Paul, and he dropped the first set, but he managed to win it 3-6, 6-1, 6-4, 6-3. In that match, he hit 80% of the first serve points. Sorry, he won 80% of the first serve points. So impressive there for Medvedev. He then played against Riley Opelka, and he won that in straight sets as well. 6-4, 6-2, 6-4. In that match, he hit 10 aces, 87% of the first serve points. He won them. Impressive from him. And then against Guerin, who many people thought, hey, he's going to lose to because Guerin was a clay court specialist. So people thought, well, he would be able to bring an upset. He managed to beat him in straight sets. The first two sets were really one side for Medvedev. He won them 6-2, 6-1. The last set was a little tighter, but he still managed to come through his straight sets 6-2, 6-1, 7-5. In that match, he hit 14 aces. Pretty impressive. And won 87% of the first serve points. So pretty impressive there for Medvedev. And now he's going to get to play Tsitsipas, which will be his toughest test yet he has faced. It's going to be I would say, his toughest test that he's faced. But it's surely if he's at his best, he can definitely come through it. Now, these two players have met 7 times, and Medvedev leads the head-to-head 6-1. Their only encounter on clay was in Monte Carlo, and Medvedev won that one in 3 sets. In the Australian Open, which was just recently, it was a couple months ago, in the Australian Open, Medvedev won that one in straight sets. So, but on clay courts, Medvedev does lead the head-to-head 1-0. So my prediction, I think that Medvedev will win. I think that while Tsitsipas at first was considered the outright favorite, Medvedev has really impressed me this tournament. He's only dropped 1 set. He's been really impressive, and he seems to finally be liking the clay. I would say he's really been outright for his how he doesn't like the clay. He's been outright that he doesn't like it, but I think he's really seemed to pick up a gear in pairs, and he really is looking that he can really do well in this tournament. So I think that Medvedev can win this. I think it's going to be in 4 sets, but I think Medvedev can get the job done in a 4-set match.